It's not expected. Not. And it doesn't actually speaking. If you do yogasana in a correct yogic principle as what Maharishi Patanjali claims to be sarasukamasanam prayatna shaitilya anantasamya, then it is not expected. And in pranayam, it further, reduces the rate. That's why after the 3 sutra of pranayam in Patanjali's Yoga Darshan, there are 5 sutra based on pranayam, and the very first sutra starts tasmin sati. Tasmin sati means after that. After what? After having relaxed physically and mentally in asana, tasmin sati shwasa prashwasa gati vichhedaha pranayam finds what pranayam is. After that, having done this, your breath rate will further modify. It will happen at a different dimension than normal. Ayam, there are so many, meaning of the term ayam in Sanskrit. One of the meaning is dimension. The breathing will happen at a different dimension. Quite slow. So hardly 4 or 5 breaths per minute. They know this pranayam to start with. For a beginner, I am talking of. Normal breath rate is 15 to 18 per minute. In asana, slowly 12 per minute, 10 per minute. And in pranayam, hardly 4 or 5 breaths per minute. And later on, as you maintain 1:2 ratio, and then kumbha, what is ideally prescribed as a 1:4:2 in the Hatha Yogic tradition, then hardly 2 or little more or less breaths per minute, depending on the type of pranayam. Different pranayam are there. But in layman or in society, some of the misconceptions of yoga, that asana is to be done something possibly by hook or crook. Okay? Don't worry how much is the rate of breath. Very red face, breathing very fast, and then they are happy. And now there is a trend of something like competition in yoga. Yoga champion, principally speaking, is not acceptable to the Rajayogic and the Hatha Yogic tradition. On the contrary, competition is leading to all stress and all that, lafda. All lafda in modern days time, stress leading to psychosomatic disease. This is because of competition. Hurry, curry, and worry has become the silent feature of modern lifestyle, which is the root cause for all the modern life diseases related to stress. What is known as the non-communicable diseases, NCDs, or what is known as the functional disorders, or so-called psychosomatic disorders. And so what is required in today's time is to calm down the mind. बहुत भाग रहा है. महात्मा टॉल्स्टॉय की कथा मालूम होगी आप? उन्होंने बोला था फ्रॉम सनराइज टू सनरेज, जितना भी दौड़ेगा जमीन आपकी, 10 बजे तक काफी दौड़ा था, काफी जमीन उनको मिली थी, उधर ही रुक जाता था, आराम से मजे से जीता था वो जमीन पाकर. लेकिन लालच बुरी बला है, बराबर है. And he ran up to sunset, and he took, a lot of land compared to 10 am. And then after that, he just fell down, and he was buried there itself. He fell down, took his last breath, and Mahatma Tolstoy is asking, आदमी को कितनी जमीन चाहिए? How much land we require? 3.5 feet just to bury the person. So same thing is happening with us. For earning money, we lose our health, and then to restore the health, we spend that very money. तो क्या क्यों मारा? आप जिधर थे उधर ही रह गए ना. But actually उधर भी नहीं है, क्योंकि health is wealth. Our great ancestors have said. So money-wise, you would have been there itself, because you have wasted that entire money for treatment, but your health would have been better. That important wealth you lost in the process. So it is not that we should not earn money, we should not progress, not so. Earth is one of the Purushartha. The Indian Bharatiya Shastra, they are talking about 4 Purushartha: Artha, Kama, Dharma, and Moksha. So Earth is also Purushartha, described by our ages, great sages. पैसा कमाना पाप नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं बोला, बट काम and earth has got a base of dharma, not to earn by adharma, not to have kamana by adharma, but dharma should be basis for the earth and kam. Then it's a correct purushartha. Otherwise, it is adharma. So that way, Soorya Namaskar is, oh, it's a double R. I will change it next time. So, Soorya Namaskar is not included in yoga as per Yoga Vidyaniketa. That's the reason. When we say something, we have got arguments for it. We have got stand for it. Why? Isn't it? So, but that but is important. Surya Namaskar is good for health. So, karo na fir. If it is good for health, do it. But again, but is important. Just like any other exercise or fast activities, if the breathing rate goes fast, don't mix with yoga abhyas. Minimum 20 minutes or at least 10-minute gap between yoga and any other thing. All things are complementary to yoga, whether sport or gym or exercise and dance and Surya Namaskar and whatnot. All vihar are complementary to each other. But the category of yoga is different from other regimes. So don't mix it. Number one. Number two, under the name of Surya Namaskar, don't do yoga and vice versa. Or under the name of yoga, don't do Surya Namaskar. Maintain the purity, independent purity. That's the principle, nothing else. Yashwantrao Chauhan Open University, there are different yoga courses. And when university decided to, enter yoga in their academic syllabus, there are a series of meetings because the educationists, they were not the expert of yoga, so they have to take the help of the yoga institutes, well-known institutes like say Gantali Mitra Mandal Thane or Yoga Vidyadham Nashik. Similarly, Yoga Vidyaniketan Mumbai. There are a series of meetings of the three institutes with the university people, and at the end, when the syllabus got ready, they introduced Surya Namaskar as part of yoga, and Guruji, objected. I'm not with this. And then we came out. Some of our senior teachers, they had already got certified because there should be some initial basic, structure for conducting exams and all that. So they were certified yoga examiners and yoga certificate holder there, BA in yoga, diploma in yoga. Different courses are there in Yashwantrao Chauhan Open University. But Yoga Vidyaniketan got out based on the principle, because this standing from the principle Guruji learned from his guru Swami Koyalan in 1940 or prior to 1940. The Ford Foundation of US, they came to India, they visited Kaivalya Dham, they saw the work, the pioneering work of research in yoga. There is a laboratory there apart from library. Well, back in 1924, Swamiji founded that. And looking at the work done, they were highly impressed and they said, we want to donate you. And they declared $50,000 in 1938. Let us not calculate how much crore it is on today. Okay. But Swamiji, there is one problem, technical problem. In our list, it's a trust. They have decided under what heading we should assist. Genuine people or genuine organization should be, help, assisted financially, because great work they are doing. Then so there is no yoga. Obviously, in America, how can the Ford Foundation will think of yoga well back in, prior to 1924? Obviously, not to do. That's our problem. Then Dr. Vinekar was the research director at Kavalya. He went through the list and then he suggested, Swamiji, there is one term here very coming very the closest to yoga, and we can certainly claim that is human potential development. Human potential development. Yes, certainly yoga leads to human potential development. Guruji said, Swamiji said, I will live for yoga and I will die for yoga. If at all Ford Foundation can help Kaivalya Dham on the name of yoga, yes, they are welcome. If they can't, I am last person to receive it. Such a high level of ethics, and that ethics is further percolated in Nimbalkar Guruji, and that's why he said, then I won't be there with Yashandra Chauhan, Open University, only for the simple reason to include yoga, to include Soorya Namaskar under the heading yoga. Very recently, I am a member of SAC, that is the Syllabus and Accreditation Committee of Indian Yoga Association. And in Bangalore, somewhere in 2019 or 17, there was the committee meeting. We postulated some 2-3 syllabuses, and all of that you will be getting now after completing of YNTC. If you pass in YNTC, you will get additional certificate just by paying additional 2,000, which is already mentioned in the prospectus. That is the Advanced Yoga Certification course of Indian Yoga Association. Additional, you have to do nothing for that. Of course, it is optional, and plus that will include 1,000 rupees worth the membership, professional yoga membership of IY, Indian Yoga Association. And during that syllabus thing, and I think I mentioned that other days also. Dr. Ganesh Rao is the director of SAC, and he had done some homework, before discussing in the meeting. So, Hatha Yogic Asana and Soorya Namaskar was the title. I immediately objected. In Hatha Yogic, which Hatha Yogic scripture Soorya Namaskar is mentioned? So, keep this yoga, Soorya Namaskar separately. It's a separate category because Soorya Namaskar is Soorya Namaskar. Some people consider it as exercise. Some people consider it as a set of asana. But Yoga Vidyanika says it is neither pure exercise. We may call it exercise, but neither pure exercise nor yoga. Surya Namaskar is, can't you recognize Surya Namaskar as Surya Namaskar? Why you have to club it either with exercise or with yogasana? What for? Surya Namaskar has got its own tradition, yes, and that is fact. It is as old as yogic tradition, right from the Vedic era, I mean, in Veda, there were no so-called, Purana god of Hindus, Ishvara, Vishnu. Nobody was there in that tradition. They were the nature worshippers. Today also, the different tribes, not only in India, throughout the world, they are nature worshippers. Okay? And that was the Vedic culture actually. In Veda, 5 Panchamahabhutas deities are there, and they are being worshipped. Mitra, or the sun, is nothing but Agni Tattva. Indra is nothing but the Jala Tattva. Vayu, Vayu Dev. Likewise, the 5 Panchamahabhutas, they are based on the 5 deities which are praised in the Vedic literature are based on these Panchamahabhutas only. So, I know the Ishwar, etc., they came at a later. The idol worshipping started in India at a later stage in the history, not in the Vedic period. And so, such a ancient period, Surya Namaskar, tradition was there, but somewhere in between it was forgotten. Oh. But time to time, somebody came to, rejuvenate it. Now, as you know, as per the physics, modern physics, sun is the only star in solar system, and such many suns are there. The Brahman, the galaxy, and even the entire universe is composed of so many solar systems, and every solar system has got its own sun, in the sense its own star. planets don't have their own light. It's a reflection. It is the sun which has the light. And in our solar system, wherein some other 9 planets are there, which are revolving around the sun, at the center is the sun, and sun is the only star. And in Bhagavad Gita and other epics, it is mentioned, Ananta Koti Surya. And that is proved by science now, physics, that there are so many suns or stars, quite bigger than even sun in this universe, such a broad universe beyond our imagination. And Ananta Koti Surya, our great seers were through meditation. There was no telescope and all that, but through meditation they had that knowledge that sun is the only nearest star of our solar system. There are so many such stars having their own light. And that's why in Yajurveda, this has said, Surya Atma Jagastastu Chaksha. So he is the protector of all living and non-living in this universe. That's what they have claimed. And the science, modern science will support that. We will see that interpretation later on. There is one prayer, Jivet Sharadashram. Have you heard? Not Jivem, huh? Jivet. That is the blessings or the good wishes given by us to others. Somebody's birthday is there. Happy birthday to you, nahi. What is the blessing or good wishes given in our tradition? Is Jive Sharadaha Shatam. So live for 100 years. And when I have to pray for myself to sun, because sun is the karak of the body, karak of the ayu, so many portfolio are there under sun. And so, Ivem Sharadaha Shatam is the prayer I am offering to Lord Sun that let me live 100 years, that too healthily. That is more important. So both health and the lifespan, the portfolio is the sun. That's the reason. In the term Hatha Yoga, first stands for sun and third stands for moon.
Yes.
इथं दुसरं काही नाही काय मला डिस्टर्ब होणार ते परत त्याला
Sir, you're on mute.
Sir, unmute.
Sir, please unmute.
Sir, unmute.
Yes, thank you. So it is the heat and the cold, that is one of the interpretation. It is from Dvaita to Advaita, that is Hatha Yoga. Another interpretation, as per the Bharati Shastra, sun is concerned with body and moon is concerned with mind. In the Bharati Jyotish Shastra, it is stated, Chandrama manaso jata. Chandra jo hai, wo man ka karak hai. And depending on the moon, Tithi, what we call. In Western calendar, only the relation between the sun and earth is taken into consideration. The significance of moon is nowhere there, but in the Bharatiya Panchang, there are Tithi, not only days, but there are Tithi. Based on the relation between the moon and sun in the configuration. And that's why if at all you have to understand when there will be high tide, when there will be low tide, the relation of the earth with sun won't, give you any idea. But when the relationship of earth and moon is studied, then we understand when there will be high tide, when there will be low tide. And based on that, only our tithis are designed, that Panchang is designed. And so the sun is the maker of the body. So if at all you have to bodily, physically be healthy, you should worship God. I mean, sun. That's one idea. It's concerned with immunity. Immunity, that concept was there, immunity. But after pandemic, people started extensively speaking about immunity. So much so that in advertise, ये साबुन से immunity बढ़ेगा. कितना में हमें गुमराह करने लगे. साबुन का और immunity का क्या संबंध? Very logical, but they have to grab the opportunity. Advertisement का मतलब वही होता है. और जितने भी विज्ञापन आते हैं वे हमें पागल बनाने के लिए बनते हैं. तो पागल बनना है नहीं बनना हमें डिसाइड. Don't get carried away with the advertisements. Immunity is not, concerned with the soap you are using, but certainly immunity is concerned with what ahar vihar nidra you are following, what type of diet you are taking. Wrong diet will decrease immunity, and correct diet will increase immunity. A wrong, use of the body, whatever, yoga and exercise, whatever vihar we talk about, ahar vihar nidra, whatever movement, that will increase your immunity. And similarly, a cool mind will increase the immunity. The negative emotions, fear, anxiety, etc., will decrease the immunity. And same thing happened during COVID, by showing that same thing on TV again and again. And this much died here and that much died here, just like cricket score. And the newspaper front page, today's score in Maharashtra, today's score in India, today's score in world. How many died out of COVID? And that afraid, that fear made immunity of society to people to go down. And that's why people are suffering. Anyway, let us not discuss that matter. Vigor, potency, sun is concerned with ethics, morality, nitimatta जिसको कहते हैं, sun is related to, that is come under his portfolio, and of course lifespan, as I mentioned. It's the original source of energy that has been proved by science also. Again, shortly I will discuss that matter also. Here itself. Green leaf has got a pigment known as chlorophyll, and it has got very peculiar potency to trap the photo energy and convert it into chemical energy to store in the form of glucose. Carbon dioxide and water will lead to 6 CO2 and 6 H2O will lead to 6 H12O6, that is glucose, and thousands of glucose molecules combined together to form a starch molecule. And starch is the basic energy, food, original food. Then it goes to animals, and then there are secondary, consumer, tertiary consumer. Means whether we or anybody, one is pure vegetarian or non-vegetarian, the energy that they get through that food by consuming the plant or the animals is ultimately belonging to sun. Not only that, if you are using the fuel nowadays because of all the industrial development and all that, what the science says, how the fuel is formed? For lakhs, thousands and lakhs of years, the bodies of the plants and animals remain buried because of earthquake and volcanoes and whatnot. And it got converted to coal and all the petrochemical, entire diesel, petrol, and nowadays are using the gas, natural gas, pipe gas, CNG, PNG. So all belonging to whom? Sun. That's it. If you take a pen, borrow pen for signing the check, for example, and we have to return the pen, what will he say? Thank you. Sign करने के लिए कितना समय लगा? 4 seconds. Just by borrowing and using pen of a person for 4 seconds, you are saying thank you. And if he is the Pushne, he is the Poshak of the entire universe, how to say thank you to him, isn't it? And our great sages, thousands of years back, developed a regime to say thank you to sun. What is that regime? It is known as suryopasana. What is that? Suryopasana, Surya Upasana, worshipping the sun. There are so many regimes coming under that title heading Suryopasana. What are they? Getting up early in the morning, 4 o'clock, 4 a.m., which is known as Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta starts 4 o'clock. Some believe even prior, 3:30, 3:30, whatever. So that is regime number 1, suryopasana. Regime number 1, getting up early in the morning during Brahma Muhurta. आप बोलेंगे 4 बजे, माय गॉड, 5 बजे, 5:30 बजे. At least will you get up before sunrise or not? If at all you have to welcome sun, you should be ready prior to sunrise. So at least get up before sunrise in the dawn. Okay. If not Brahma Muhurta. Moment sunrise is there, uttering Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra is from the Rigveda. And as I said, Agni Tattva, the sun is the god there. You know? So it is being praised in different rituals. And so Gayatri Mantra is one of them. Okay. Gayatri means Bhu, Bhuva and Swaha. स्वर्ग, पृथ्वी और पाताल तीनों लोग को तुम प्रकाश देता है. गायत्री. Then it says that let your luster make my mind, lustrous. That's what it is, pray. So certainly Gayatri Mantra is concerned with sun. So say Gayatri Mantra. Suryopasana regime number 2 is uttering Gayatri Mantra. How many? In Japamala, how many beats are there? 9 dozen. That is 108. So 108 Gayatri Mantra they are supposed to utter. Neither you got time, nor you got patience. Okay, compromise. 21, 18, 12, 11, 9, 7, 5, 3. At least. मंडोली करते हैं 3 के ऊपर. Then Soorya Namaskar after Gayatri Mantra. And here the regime of Suryopasana doesn't end. Paying urge to sun, if you have heard this tradition. You have to stand in any water reservoir, right from a lake up to, say, ocean. And you have to face to the sun. During sunrise or bit late is okay, but not when it is on the head. It should be seen here. So 10 o'clock, something like that. Or even evening 4 o'clock. It should be seen to you. And you are lifting water in the 2 hands and slowly you are emptying it by looking at him. Om Suryaya Namaskar, Om Suryaya Namaskar, Om Suryaya. Again lift. Sunlight is colorless, but it is made up of 7 colors. Big boy. Indradharish. So when against the sun, when there is in the rainbow is seen, when that has complete sky is cloudy, there is no chance of rainbow formation. When that side sun is there and this side clouds are there are chances in a particular angle if the cloud to sun and our eye is there, then only we find beautiful rainbow in the sky. It is because of this phenomenon is known as diffraction of light. The light is composed of 7 colors. When they combine together, it is seen as colorless. But through the prism, glass prism, or through the drop of water, it gets refracted. I mean, that particular phenomenon is known as refraction. Reflection is something different. आईने में जो होता है वो reflection, refraction, dissociation, in other words, and beautiful 7 colors are seen. So here also, when you look at there and throwing the water out, this is the screen, my body screen, and nicely the sunlight is dissociated into 7 colors, from violet to red. And how many? There are so many chakras, but how many kundalini chakra are there? 7. It is said Shat Chakra Bhedan, because in the Muladhara it is already there. The kundalini is existing there. And then as a development, spiritual development in yoga, it has to pierce 6 more chakra and ultimately reach here in Swadhisthana. That's why it is known as Shat Chakra Bhedana. But actually there are 7 chakras. Of course, there are more chakras. There are 140 chakras. All these are chakras. These are the smaller chakras. But the Kundalini chakra is made of the 7 chakras. Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, which is also known as Surya chakra. Okay. Then Anahata, Vishuddha, Ajna, and Sahasra. And their colors are also same. The Muladhara chakra is red or orange in color. In Ganpati Atharashiv, you find Om Muladhara Sthito Asi. What is the color of Ganpati? अभी आ रहे हैं अगले हफ्ता. हाँ, red color. It likes red color flower. All is science, ultimately. Only thing, because we don't know it, we consider it as पुराण के वांगे. बराबर. पुराणाच्या वांगी भाजीला नाही उपयोग होता, something like that. Because we don't know the science behind it, unfortunately. Anyway, so this is the concept. And nowadays, the chromotherapy is being wide. There are so many alternative therapies, and one of them is chromotherapy, means color therapy. That's what it serves as this paying argha to the sun, serves as a beautiful color therapy. Violet for the Sahasra and red for the Muladhara. All these different chakras are treated with a chromotherapy because of this ritual of so-called argha to sun. And still the story is not over. कितने number हो गए? Getting up at Brahma Muhurt, regime number 1. Gayatri Mantra, regime number 2. Soorya Namaskar, regime number 3. Then Argya 4. Now 5th. There is something like Munj or Upanayana Vidhi. At the age of 7, there are tradition to do the Upanayana Vidhi. And the he is known as Batu. For the first time, the Guruji teaches him Gayatri Mantra and Sandhya Vandan, which includes Gayatri Mantra also, and Pranayam, they say. And that Pranayam is nothing but Anulom Vilom. Anulom Vilom is not a Hatha Yogic Pranayam. There are different Ashtakumbha, you have studied. But Anulom Vilom has come from Vedic era, and that is known as Nadi Shuddhi in the Hatha Yogic tradition. So that was the only pranayam in Vedic era. All other Hatha Yogic pranayam evolved later on. And so it is not said Anulom Vilom there. In Sandhya Vandan, it is said pranayam. And pranayam nothing but Anulom Vilom. So that 7-year age boy is taught all these. People are asking, what is the right age to start? Yoga Vidya says for asana and all that. It is 12 years age is the right age to start with yoga. But it is for asana. But so far, the pranayam is concerned so far. Mantra is also yoga, no mantra yoga. For teaching mantra is concerned. It can be yoga. And what a great way our great sages, studied the psychology of the child, that the Upanayana Vidhi is to be done at 7th year of age, and not prior to that. After Upanayana Vidhi, he is sent to Guru Graha. That was the tradition, Guru Parampara. School nahi the, hamare tradition. So up to 7th year of age, the child has a birthright to remain with its mother. There's such a connection, with the mother. They like to be in the vicinity of mother. Even they play, again, they want somewhere mother to be seen. So that's a relationship between. And nowadays, at the age of 2.5, we send them to cry in some play school or something like that. और सुना है कि higher education से उधर फी ज्यादा है. क्योंकि हमारे पास पैसा ज्यादा हो गया है ना. Yeah, friends, please understand. हमारे पास पैसा ज्यादा हो गया, दूसरा कुछ भी कारण नहीं. Why we are spending so much money on our small child sent in that so-called play school? Nothing else. So our great sages thought that mother is the first guru, and whatever they have to learn from the mother and other the family members, there is to be nuclear, there is to be joint family, Dadaji and all that, Dadima. Lot of learning process, informal learning used to be there. And after 7th year, having this ritual of Upanayana, he is to be sent to Guru Graha for the formal education. That is the tradition. Anyway. No, a ritual to be performed at the home to send him to Guru Graha. मूंज जिसको बोलते हैं, मूंज holy thread, yeah, Janua, correct. Holy thread is being this thing. And Trikala Sandhya means thrice, early in the morning, midday, and this time evening. Sandhika, they have to perform Sandhya Vandan. Trikala, thrice a day, Sandhya Vandan, which includes Gayatri Mantra, then the Achaman Karte Aise Pani, and the Anulom Pranayam. That there is a part of that, Sandhya Vandan ritual. Okay. Nowadays also we do that. Some, not all, some family do that. Invite people and have a big ceremony of Upanayana Vidhi as a ritual. एक कर्मकांड रह गया तो स्कूल में तो पहले ही भेजा था और कोई गुरुगृह में भेजने वाले है नहीं, वही स्कूल होगा इंटरनेशनल डॉन बॉस्को एंड ऑल दैट. लेकिन एज अ कर्मकांड करते हैं, मीनिंगलेस, अर्थहीन है, मतलब नहीं उसके अंदर, रिचुअल के अंदर केवल कर्मकांड रह गया. So without intention, if you do something, it's meaningless. Anyway. So yoga and exercise, you know the difference. I need not discuss it again. So let us not categorize Surya Namaskar neither in yoga nor in exercise, but it has got independent status. That's what I was telling. And it has got tradition right from the Vedic era. It is said Hanumanji was the person who designed Surya. Believe, of course, there is no proof. He had not taken the, क्या बोलते हैं आजकल, क्या लेते हैं इंटेलेक्चुअल patent, yeah. So there is no, Hanumanji had not taken the patent, and so there is no proof. But who is the guru of Hanumanji? Obviously Lord Son. That's what our Quran says. And so in respect of his guru, Hanumanji designed Soorya Namaskar. And in India, Hanumanji is the icon of bodybuilding. If a young boy is interested in doing exercise and building the body, obviously in his room, over the all of his room will be pasted the picture of, previously it was the famous Hollywood, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or in previous generation Salman Khan and John Abraham. But nowadays new boys have come, like I think Tiger Shroff and what is that boy? I just find out.
Hrithik Roshan.
Varun Dhawan.
Yes, Vidyut Jambwal. Yes, Vidyut Jambwal. So it's like icon. In India, who was the icon? Hanumanji, Maruti. He's the powerhouse. And in villages there used to be, even today they are there, akhada bolte usko. Akhada, gaon mein. In akhada there used to be the image of Hanumanji Murti by doing namaskar. And even today in city gym, in some of the gym, you find the photo or small idol of Hanumanji. And those who believe, they first do namaskar and they start their workout. 400 years back in Maharashtra, one of the great saints, Samarth Ramdas Swami, all other saints did only the spiritual. He started both spiritual as well as, and he says, पहिले तो हरि कथा निरूपण, दूसरे तो राजकारण. Rajkaran is politics. Because of the no political power, the dharma is being destroyed by the foreigners. The temples were being destroyed. So in order to protect the dharma, rakshita dharma, one who protects dharma, the dharma will protect them, not otherwise. And so we need to protect dharma, and that's why you have to fight against the enemies. And that's why he gave the inspiration to all people, and in every village he founded, established Hanuman. In Maharashtra, anywhere you go, you will find, if not any other temple, Hanuman Mandir will be there. Hanuman is not a god, he is a bhakta, isn't it? But so many temples are there in Maharashtra, every village, and it is because of Samarth Ramdas Swami. Samarth Ramdas Swami himself was performing 100 dozen Surya Namaskar. 1 dozen means 12. So 1200 Surya Namaskar. And if you see his, we can't say photo because at that time camera was not there. Samarth Ramdas Swami in the time of Sant Tukaram and Shivaji Maharaj, okay, some 350 or 400 years back. So, but whatever the traditionally picture that is available there with one langot, such a strong his thighs and all that 6-pack, 8-pack, whatever we discuss nowadays. And then who? A saint. So perhaps the only saint who has given so much importance over the physical development to physical culture to along with the spiritual development. Only saint perhaps. So that's why he said, Harikatha Niru, Pahle te Harikatha Nirupana, Dusare te Rajka. So spirituality is number one, but immediately second is politics. Second is protection. Yes. Without that, spirituality can't be done. And we have got the story. The Vishwamitra goes to Dashrath and says, I want your boys, Ram and Lakshman, for giving protection to the, Yajna. The demons are not allowing. Dashrath says, they are too small, too young. I am coming. He said, no, only you want. And we know the story. He carries them and they destroy Tratika and all that. Okay, and then they in Ashram itself they get the invitation from Janak Raja that I have decided to go for Swayamvar of Sita, and then on the way before reaching the Ayodhya, first at Nashik that Ahilya, Ahilya was converted to stone, and by that was the boon, and so by the touch of Rama, she gets there in her original state, and then he takes them to Mithila. And there, you know the story that breaking of the Shiv Dhanush happens, and the marriage of Ram and Sita happens. Anyway, in modern times, there are so many provinces, short provinces. Sanstana, during the British time, entire empire was taken by Britishers, India, I mean. All the Marathas and Sikh, everything, all the previous states were liquefied. Small provinces near Pune, Aundh. I think this year's chief guest, Sri Ram Naik, on our Kritanyata Day, he referred to that because he studied in that hostel on the Sanstha. And compulsorily they were supposed to Soorya Namaskar in the morning. And he stated that the health at this age, 90th age, the credit goes to what we did. It was like an investment. What we did compulsory during the school days. Although we would not have understood the importance at that time, but now we are realizing the importance. That's what he stated. And Pant Maharaj, of Aundh, he established many school and hostels, residential school, let us say, and compulsory they have to get up. And he used to himself, travel around the hostel. Whether Nimbalkar Huji used to say sometimes that just, hey, दो ऐसा बोलने का मुंह से not all. Everybody can't be sincere. No? If really Pant Maharaj opened the door, they'll find that he, by sitting only he's saying, or sleeping only, hey. So because the moment he comes nearby, they used to do that. So he should feel that the boys inside are doing Surya Namaskar. So that was humorously, Guru used to state that, remember, anyway, that's a different issue. Everybody is not sincere. Many are sincere, like YNTC students, 2050. YNTC. Anyway. So, there are 10 positions originally, but nowadays some people have added, modified, and some 14 or so. But that becomes one Namaskar. Those positions together become one Namaskar. There are 12 Surya Mantra. Sanskrit is very rich language. So many names are there for sun. But only 12 out of them are considered here. Mitraya, Ravaye, Suryaya, Anave, then Khagaya, Pushne, Hiranyagarbha, Marichaye, Adityaya, Savitre, Arkaya, and Bhaskara. Bhaskara means Bhaskara, it is said. So Bhaskar. So these are the 6 names they have taken. And there's an order, in same order they are by hearted. So we need not count Surya Namaskar. Just by mantra we know 12 mantra over, is 12 Namaskar over. Again 1 dozen, like again same thing. 9 dozen means 108 Surya Namaskar. So 108 Surya Namaskar one should practice. That's what is expected. Again, neither we have got time, nor we have got patience, and more than that, nor we have got stamina. So common people like me and you, even if you go for 12 Namaskar, I think it will have regularity more, whether it is yoga or exercise or sports, anything, or dance or even the riyaz in the sangeet, anything, anywhere, practice makes one perfect. So that regularity is more important, isn't it? So how much is less important compared, whether you're practicing for 2 hours or 1 hour or half an hour is comparatively less important than even if half an hour, are you daily doing it every day half an hour? That is more important. So I'm just not proud, just happy to say I perform 24 Surya Namaskar daily. There is 2 dozen. And in 2019, there was one conference here at, should go exhibition. It's an Ayush exhibition. And in that, there was one, of course, there shouldn't be competition in yoga, and we do not consider, of course, Surya Namaskar as yoga. But 108 Surya Namaskar competition, I think, more than 50 of us registered and performed 108 Surya Namaskar. But daily I do not do 108 Surya Namaskar because that much time, is not possible. No, yeah, 10 position is 1 Namaskar. Such 108 Namaskar means 9 dozen. Okay. Anyway, so what I am doing is 2 dozen daily, that is 24 Namaskar. So it was 9 dozen, 108. Okay. So 12 Namaskar has 12 mantra. 12 mantra has 12 Namaskar. So there is 1 dozen Namaskar. So minimum one should practice 12 dozen. I'm sorry. 10 Namaskar means 1 dozen. Okay, it takes around 5-6 minutes. Okay, depends on the speed, of course. I will come to that, different traditions. If somebody is looking at Surya Namaskar, it's just exercise. Yes, no doubt. It's a Sarvanga Sundar Vyayam. It gives exercise to each and every part of the body. And so, just as exercise, somebody does it. In Akhada, there is competition. I will do 50 Namaskar or 12 Namaskar, something like that. Then, no need of mantra. Let him do just as exercise. It is his, belief. But he is a bit faithful, spiritually, and he thinks of taking the mantra, names of the sun. Then it is the Surya mantra, 12 Surya mantra. But if he is the ardent worshipper, more spiritual, then the tradition is of clubbing those Surya mantra with Bija mantra. Bija mantra are very popular in the Shaktya and that Tantra. Tantra, you have seen in some TV series, Om Swaha Sat करके बोलते हैं ना, Rim Ram Rom Fat Swaha, ऐसा कोई जादू हो जाता, magic in Tantra. So we call it in our Devanagari script Parakhadi. Have you heard this term? Parakhadi. One letter can have its 12 when we mix with the swar, what we call Ka, Ka, Ki, Ku, Rasman Dirg, Ke, Kai, Ko, Kau, Kam, Ka. How many? 12 in number. उसको बोलते हैं 12 खड़ी. उसी प्रकार से हम मीन्स ह को र जोड़ना है, उल्टा नहीं. र को ह नहीं जोड़ना है, ह को र जोड़ना है, H R, and it is not r, it is r. हर, तो उसके पे 12 खड़ी कैसे होगी? और विसर्ग के साथ राम राम ह्रीम ह्रूम ह्रूम ह्रेम ह्रैम ह्रोम ह्रौम ह्रम ह्राहा, ये रम की 12 खड़ी होगी। तो उसमें से इवन नंबर को लिखते हैं, राम ह्रीम ह्रूम ह्रैम ह्रौम ह्राहा, मतलब दे आर 6। तो ये इसको बोलते हैं 6 बीज मंत्र। सो 12 मंत्र को 6 बीज मंत्र के साथ क्लब करते हैं। बहुत नाइंसाफी है। 6 के साथ 12, मतलब एक को क्या करना पड़ेगा? तो मतलब पहले 6 को एक बार कंप्लीट हो गया, अगेन इट इज रिपीटेड। सो वी सी दैट इन एक्चुअल मंत्र देयर इज अ ट्रेडिशन, moment the sun rises, we have in our Quran, the Lord Sun is described to be just like another roop, not avatar, रूप of विष्णु। विष्णु के जो इमेज में जो है वो सब सूर्य को है। अग्नि, अग्नि देवता बोलते हैं, सूर्य देवता बोलते हैं, सूर्य नारायण बोलते हैं, जैसा इट इज नारायण, विष्णु इज ऑल्सो नारायण। तो वो वर्णन उसके अंदर है, विष्णु का जो भी है। देन गायत्री मंत्र एज वी हैव सीन, एंड देन विथ मंत्र और विदाउट, इट इज योर चॉइस, सूर्य नमस्कार यू हैव टू डू, एंड विथ बीज मंत्र, एंड देन देयर इज द एंडिंग श्लोक। सो दिस इज द ट्रेडिशन ऑफ पुटिंग सूर्य नमस्कार। व्हाट इज दिस ध्यान मंत्र? ओम ध्येय सदा सवित्र मंडल मध्यवर्ती नारायण सरसिजासन सन्निविष्ट केयूरवान मकर कुंडलवान किरीटी हारी हिरण्मय वपु नत शंख चक्र। इतना बड़ा मंत्र है। Let us not go in detail, understand the meaning of every word here. But as I said, that Vishnu image, having that gada and the chakra and everything, that, and he's the Hiranya, Hiranyamaya Vapu, sab golden. His skin is golden. Okay, Vapu matlab body. So that all is. Let us not go into detail. Let us not use time for that. Our course is more practical. So this is what is the Dhyana mantra of Surya, and it is optional. In our book, it is not mentioned. We have started, okay, you start with Gayatri mantra, and that too Surya mantra are optional, it is stated. Whether you believe or you want to do it as a just exercise, then need not go for any mantra, something like that. And then Gayatri mantra, as you know, Om, Swaha, Tasavitu, Parenna. That is our part of our first prayer, But, of course, there are different traditions. But what will you do here is, because ultimately Surya Namaskar are done with inhalation, exhalation, inhalation, exhalation, likewise. So here also recommended in Surya Namaskar tradition that within one exhalation you complete the entire Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurva Swaha Tasaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Each exhalation, breathe in for second, mantra, likewise. And at the end, as I said, you have to take water here. After doing whatever 12 namaskar, 24 namaskar, or 108, you take water, face to the sun, and utter this mantra. Aditya means sun. Adityasya namaskaran, unko namaskar karke, ye kurvanti dine dine, har roj, regularly, on regular basis, it is being done. The second line is, different in different traditions. In our book, it is given Janmantara Sahasreshu Daridram Nopajayate. Janma Janma ka Daridra kya ho jayega? Nashta ho jayega. It is not only the, daridra of all types. It's a very broad term. Not only financial daridra, daridra is poverty. All, whether it is the vani or whether it is the buddhi, everything, what the spirituality, all good qualities, daridra, that daridra will, destroy. So that's what it means. Means you will progress, in other words. Or in some tradition, that second line changes. Dirgham mayur balaviryam tejas tesham jayate. Dirgha ayu means long, lifespan, and bala, that is strength, and virya, that is potency, and teja, that is luster. All that we achieve, that's what it is. And then the third and fourth line are common. Akala mrityu haranam, untimely death is being avoided. Okay. Sarva vyadhi vinasanam, destruction of all the diseases. And suryapadodakam, udak is water. This water in my hand is nothing but suryapadodakam tirtham. It is the water of the charan of the Lord. So it's a tirtha for me. जठरे धारयाम, मैं उसको मेरे जठर में, स्टमक में क्या कर रहा हूँ, धारण कर रहा हूँ, ऐसी आखिर की प्रार्थना। ट्रेडिशनल। अभी ये जो मंत्र मैं बोला था, राम रीम आपने देखा, अब टू 6 वो है, रिम राम रिम रूम रैम औम रा ढाम। ओके, एंड अगेन इट इज रिपीटिंग। ओके, तो मित्रा as I said, now let us utter, literally let us utter, online friends also. Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. Om Him Ravaya Namaha. Say. Om Hum Suryaya Namaha.
Om Rum
Om Hem Manave Namaha.
Manave Namaha.
Om Om Khagaya Namaha.
Om Rum Khagaya Namaha.
Om Tha Pushne Namaha.
Om Raha Pushne Namaha.
Om, now repeating that Bij mantra is repeating. Om Him, sorry, Om Ram Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha.
Om Ram Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha.
Om Marichaye Namaha.
Om Rim Marichaye Namaha.
Mute everybody. Mute whoever is unmuted. Om Hum Adityaya Namaha. Om Ham Savitre Namaha.
Om Hem Savitre Namah.
Om Hom Arkaya Namaha.
Om
Markaya
Arkaye Namah.
Om Raha Bhaskaraya Namaha. Ra, it is last 12th. Raha. Om Raha Bhaskaraya Namaha. And there is one mantra at the end, generally they keep it, there are different traditions are there. Om Shri Savitra Surya Narayana Namaha. Supposing you have to do 12 Namaskar, I mean 24 Namaskar or 36 Namaskar. After 12 Namaskar, you are not supposed to say that. You have to just continue again Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. But at the end, whenever you are going to stop, after 12 or 24 or 36 or after 108 to end, Om Shri Savitra Surya Narayana Namaha. That means your today's session is over, and then you have to take water in right palm and say that month end month. Okay. It is ideal that during sunrise one has to perform Surya Namaskar. But if it is not possible due to some or the other reason, something is better than nothing. You can. But there is no tradition. Of course, now our schedule is such that so far India is concerned, this is evening. And in evening we are learning Surya Namaskar. Okay. And perhaps the session, practice session is in the morning as per schedule. Sometimes it might be in the morning. Sometimes even practice session might be in evening. And evening also you have to do Surya Namaskar because it's a part of curriculum. You have to do that. But otherwise, ideally, for our daily practice, you are supposed to do Surya Namaskar in the morning, and that too during sunrise, early in the morning. Okay, and that's why there is a saying in our Indian language. ढलते सूरज को नमस्कार नहीं करते हैं. But this in all Indian languages it is said. ढलते सूरज को नमस्कार नहीं करते. So that's a literal meaning. Tradition is that you have to do Surya Namaskar early in the morning and not in the evening. But early in the morning, sun rises from the east, so you have to face the east. It's not that for doing Surya Namaskar in the evening, you have to face west. but rather you don't have to do Surya Namaskar in the evening at all. So if at all you are doing Surya Namaskar in the evening for some or the other reason, you have to face to east only. That's another part. But this is the literal meaning, ढलते सूरज को नमस्कार नहीं करो. उसका अंदर का मतलब क्या है? Today new boss has come. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Every time a boss is seen, you are wishing. Supposing boss is going to retire tomorrow, उसको कौन पूछता है? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? लीव थोड़ी सैंक्शन करनी है, कल जा रहा है, लोन थोड़ा सैंक्शन करना है. तो ये दुनियादारी है. Those who are getting elected, become MP, MLA, minister, कितना रुआब ना आगे भी. और मान लीजिए इलेक्शन हार गया, कौन पूछता उसको? तो जो दुनियादारी जो है वो सत्ता की भाषा है. नो people understand the word, understand the language of the power, but fortunately or unfortunately. So that is real meaning. ढलते सूरज को नमस्कार नहीं करते. Who is powerful? He is not being saluted. Those who are powerful are being saluted. That's the real meaning. Anyway, it's a phrase actually. लेकिन जैसा कहा कि ऐसे एक्सरसाइज करना चाहिए तो कभी भी कर सकते हो, बट एटलीस्ट स्टमक शुड बी एम्प्टी. दैट इज अंडरस्टैंड फॉर एनी एक्सरसाइज. Ideally open where there is good ventilation, or in open space, garden, etc. facing east. रूम में करना है तो कारपेट डाल के full length. Why full length? Mat means not rubber mat. I mean, can be cotton mat. Why full length mat? I said, or over the towel you can just spread a folded bed sheet so that it is single piece. Because the palm and the feet, if they are on single sheet, then that folding won't happen. It will support, it will give strength. Otherwise, वो पूरा fold होके अभी इसी carpet पे करोगे तो थोड़ा आगे पीछे fold होता है. But that is not the only reason, of course. Many people, they remove the carpet and do Surya Namaskar on the barren ground, saying that fold होता है. But really speaking, folding doesn't happen because of carpet getting slip. It is more because of your rigidity. Because unnecessarily you are straining that, so it is folding. If your body is supple to perform the Surya Namaskar, very, quite elastic manner, then the carpet, getting folded. But in order to avoid that, if there is single piece is there, big mat, towel is of smaller size comparatively, then is very easily it can be done. There is one part. Stand some 12 to 14 inches off the top of that mat, so that when you go down, your nose should be on the carpet, not or it should not be on the barren ground. That's the idea. Sandhi Chalan Kriya must be done by a beginner. But later on, if somebody practices daily 12, 24 or more Surya Namaskar, body joints are already flexible. Only thing, the first two to four Namaskar will serve as a warm up there. They will be lighter, and later on, you can do Surya Namaskar more hardly. So, but for a beginner, Sandhi Chalan Kriya is a must. I will request Sonali madam to be on the stage. And we will discuss the question at the end. Let's finish the matter first. So, is the mobile on there? Yeah, live. Yeah, that's good. And then let there be that noise. That won't disturb us, because that will also continue simultaneously. साथ में ये तो ईयरफोन वाला है क्या? Online friends, I'm quite audible, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I have not used earphone because sufficient voice is there. Somebody's network might be low, weak, and that's why they might be not listening, perhaps. But others are, if at all there was some issue from this side, everybody should have complained. That's why I asked. Anyway, so madam is ready there on the stage. Around there. Spotlight. Kunala. It's spotlighted, no? Then okay, stop sharing. Stop share करो. स्टॉप शेयर करता हूँ ना. That's best. चल. पाहिजे. Okay. Thank you. Give a side pose. It's just like our Hastapadasana, you know, backward bending, forward bending. So Sandhi Chalan kare. Give side pose. Stand with comfortable distance. Side. Yeah. Raise the hands and go back. And stretch forward from the lumbosacral joint, lower waist. नहीं इतना स्लो नहीं जाने का क्योंकि ये आसन नहीं है. इट्स संधि चालन क्रिया. या चाहिए palm parallel stretch करे. palm को तो नहीं stretch करे parallel to the ground. Stretch. Yeah, correct. And come up. Yeah. Inhaling, go back. Exhaling, stretch forward. And inhaling, come up. Yeah, this way. तो कुछ लोग कैसा करते मैं बताता हूँ. Probable mistake. बस सब. Now let us see the probable mistake. हाँ. पीछे get back. Inhaling. Out. Forward. Again come up. Inhaling. हाँ आइए. वो मिस्टेक दिखाना है. हाँ वो मिस्टेक प्रोबेबल मिस्टेक. या चलो रे. हाँ वापस. According to us, this is wrong. Because when you are bending down, leave it. When you are bending down, suddenly there is lot of blood supply to the brain, and again you are on the contrary. Now see the correct one. Yeah, inhaling up, exhaling forward. उसको जस्ट हाँ inhaling come up and exhale here itself and again inhaling. ये हम follow करते हैं. So this is very scientific. You know? Inhaling, exhale there and then inhaling. Next, right? Okay, you got it. Enough, madam. Next, Setubandhasan Kriya. Setubandha Kriya rather. What happens when an asana is maintained? It is known as asana. You know, and when it is done movement, then it is known as Kriya. So Setubandhasan, you know, this is Setubandha Kriya. Just like here Hastapadasana, it is Hastapada Kriya. That we can name it, or without naming also we can do it. That is very important. Yeah. So the legs are kept away only, as you know. They are made vertical and folded at the knee nicely. Palm nearer, correct, and the heels are nearer to the buttock, but at ease considerably. Palms are quite flat. Slowly raise the buttocks up and slowly land down. You can do breath, inhaling, exhaling. Breathing is normal. This is Setubandha Kriya. Okay. Number 3 is Urdhokati Adhokati that we are going to learn in our musculoskeletal system as well as gerontology. So the lumbar region, waist region is not completely touching the ground. There is a slight curvature. Slowly increase that curvature and slowly decrease that curvature. Yeah, they will be able to see. Don't worry. Slowly increase the curvature. Slowly decrease it. The buttocks are not raised yet. It is known as Urdhokati Adhokati. Kati is waist. Urdhva is up and Adho is down. It's a Kriya, Sandhi Chalan Kriya. Urdhokati Adhokati. Okay. Then Sulabha Pavan Mukta Kriya. Straighten the legs. Yeah. Both the legs together. No, take the bring the legs together, hands near, yeah. Raise the legs about the ये दोनों पैर का है सब correct. Hold the legs and do this and interlock and press it and again leave it and straighten the leg. Okay, either please, yeah, this way. So it is not Pavan Muktasana, but there is similarity. So Pavan Mukta Kriya, we may name it. Is what is expected. Oh, छोड़ना नहीं है क्या? Okay. Now, next one is related to neck. Griva, it is known as Griva Sandhi Chalan Kriya. Standard. So, just raise the chin up and slowly down, press it. Yeah. So, this is known as Griva. Okay. You need not write because very shortly you will be given the literature. Soorya Namaskar book will be given and that will have all this. Don't write. Just understand, observe. Okay. Then next is the shoulder, Skandha Chalan Kriya. Interlock the fingers and stretch forward. And then shoulders are raised up, down. Up, down. Okay. Another is the rotate the shoulder. Clockwise, say 5 times. Then anti-clockwise. Now, to save the time, we are not showing 5 times. But everything is to be done 5 times. Clockwise, anti-clockwise. Okay. And there is one C. So here, just like Tadasana, you stand and then have that Parvatasana like Namaskar Mudra and slowly stretch it up. Yeah. And immediately bring it down. It is just like Parvatasana, steps, but not maintaining. That's the difference. So stretching like this. And breathing is absolutely normal. You can club rather with the breath. Now, Purpar is the elbow joint. So some movements of the elbow. So the arms are taken sidewise with thumb separate and then folding, unfolding. Yeah. This is one. Then take them forward. Come yeah. थोड़ा एक पास नहीं करेंगे हम अभी. Yeah. 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 Both the direction. Purpar. Okay. Then Manibandha. Manibandha is the wrist. Arms by the side, the shoulder, and the fists are there. And then just raise the wrist movement up, down. Yes. Up, down. And then in B, rotate clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And in C, take them front. And both now. First up, down. And then second part is rotation, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Sixth key is finger related, anguli. That is fingers. So, yes, it is the folding and stretching. Folding and stretching. B is pressing and stretching 4 fingers. Yeah, this way. Then catch hold. It's like this. Press. Like this. Then interlock the fingers and just move them sliding, gliding rather. No, fold करके रखिए ऐसा glide. Yes, correct. Correct. Okay, fine. Then regarding the knee, by lying down Bring both the legs together, palm nearer, and fold the right leg completely. And then straightening it, unfolding it, fold the left leg. This is my madam. Alternate. Correct. Do it alternate. Simultaneously. ये fold होता तो madam, वो fold होता तो unfold चल. Yeah. That's a coordination. Anyway. Second is 90-degree cycling. Yeah. Cycle. Yes. Correct. Correct. This. It can be reverse also. Okay. Now next is ankle joint. Full form. संस्कृत में बोलते हैं. Lie on back. Ankle in out. मतलब actual feet in out. So it's ankle movement. Then padangushta. That is toes. And first let us do the lying down. That is the toes, feet together, and then fold and stretch, just like what we did with the fingers. Yeah. And last one is standing. Actually, this one is given last and standing is done last but one. But this is better. You are already lying down. So in next version of Soorya Namaskar book, we will change that order. So it is like tada. Okay. So you keep the palm on the just to balance, and then slowly raise the heels up and then down. Just continuous. It's like Tadasana only. So Tada Kriya, we call it. But the Shanka Prakshalan Tada Kriya is slightly different. Anyway, that makes no difference. But again, yeah. Remember, they are just representing. Not that you have to do all the Kriya from this list. And not that you should not add some of the additional Kriya. There can be so many other combinations. But in your book, these much Kriyas are given. That's all. Okay. And as I said, if somebody is used to Surya Namaskar daily, body joints are very flexible, then he need not do any Sandhi Chalan Kriya. Just I said, from so many years I am doing 24 Namaskar daily. So I am not doing any Sandhi Chalan Kriya. The first 2 or 4 Namaskar serve as a warm up for me. Like that. Okay. But for a beginner, yes, it should be done. Otherwise, it can be problem. Okay, fine. Thank you. And now, you will. Okay. Now, the Dhyana mantra is optional to you. Gayatri mantra is also optional to you. The first mantra, Om Ram Surya Namaskar. Again, it is optional to you. Okay, as we have seen. But now we will see the actual movement part. Ten positions we follow. This one is named by one here in our book. But somebody may name it as 0 to start with. And the next will be number 1 for them. So it all depends. It's optional. But so far, Yogi Dhaniketan is concerned, your book is concerned. This is number 1. Sita Namaskarasana Sadrisha. You know, or Namaskarasana Sadrisha. Sadrisha means looking like it is not, because it is not asana as per us. But some other institute call them asana only. But you won't call it asana. Asana Sadrisha. It's not asana. It's not following Maharshi Patanjali's Sirasakamma Asanam Prayatna Shatilya. No principle. That's the reason. Anyway. Then Second one is done with deep inhalation. If at all you have to utter the Dhyana mantra and Gayatri mantra and that first mantra, Om Ram Mitraya Namah, that all should be done here. And during that mantra, you are exhaling. And so inhaling, this is 2, you may say. Somebody call it 1, that is different. Nice backward. And then exhaling. Exhaling. Ideally, if the body is flexible and the body proportion is supporting for asana like Paschim Tanasana, then ideally the palm should be on the ground completely by the side of the feet touching, and your forehead should touch the knee. But as per you will see that adjustment later on in the live demonstration. Now the right leg is taken back. The knee is touching the ground, toe to heel is perpendicular, toes are inside. And left knee is nicely stretched forward and chin is up. It's complete backward bending. Backward bending. So, Dakshina Pada Prasarasana Sadrisha. The different school give different names. Don't worry about those names. But these are the names used by Yogi Dhyanakrita, Guruji. So this is other leg also is taken back, and this is slant position. It's different from the next 8 number posture. We are going to see where the waist is raised. So here it is slant. If a ball is placed on the neck, slowly it will drain down, just like a slide. Kids slide in the garden, This is expected. This is known as Sashtang Namaskar, wherein just like dips, one goes down, the palms and toes are not disturbed, the forehead is kept on the ground, the chest is placed on the ground, but the hip region is raised up, and knees are on the ground, toes are. These Sashtang, what are those 8 parts? Forehead number 1, chest number 2, 2 palms 4, 2 knees 6, and 2 toes 8. So 8 parts touching the ground. So it is known as Sashtanga Namaskar. Okay, not chin. Forehead is supposed. Yeah, some people rest the chin, but forehead should be rested. That's what we recommend. And then, of course, coming back to that breathing, yeah, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, and this is holding. Here the breath is to go. So many people say the asana effect, pranayam effect, and dhyan effect. Everything we get by Surya Namaskar. That's why they try to include it under yoga. So anyway, but it's not necessary. So inhaling, 7. So it's like it's not many call it bhujanga kriya or bhujanga sadrisha, bhujanga asana sadrisha. But we do not call in bhujangasana. Yogi Dhyanakrita Bhujangasana, the arms are not used, they are placed, but because the cobra doesn't have only the cervical. The other day we saw that, and so he is known as Dandasana or the Danda arm, and so we call it Dandasana Sadrisha, or another name here given is Vakrakati. It is not Vakrakati, it is Hasta Dandasana Sadrisha. गलत हो गया, निकालूंगा बात. Vakrakati नहीं है. By mistake, it has got that there. It is Hasta Danda Sadrisha. Hasta Dandasana Sadrisha. Not Ukarkati. Ukarkati is different. Anyway. Oh, you are right. That also it can be said so. Correct. You are right. Sometimes it is known as Danda, Hasta Dandasana Sadrisha. But Ukarkati, because the cave is there, so that way also it is right. Okay, fine. It is inhaling, isn't it? Exhaling completely like a mountain. Some call it, Urdhva, Adhomukha Svanasana, some call it. Okay, we do not term it that way. Here it is Urdhva Nitambasana Sadrisha. It is said. Okay, completely. You have to gaze your lower navel, the pelvic region, actually, completely relaxed. And without folding the knee. And ideally, the heel should touch the ground, getting a good stretch in that tendon, back tendon. But sometimes it doesn't happen because of the body limitation. The heels may remain off the ground. Don't worry. Jabardasti karni nahi hai. And then the right leg, which was taken back in 4, same is taken front. Here. Okay. It is the Vam Pada Prasarana. That would be. Otherwise, the structure is same. There is inhaling again. And this is exhaling. Repetition of 3. And then it will be. So some people name it other way. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that makes no difference. These are the different traditions. So initially, with keeping normal breathing, one should go for just the steps. Madam, please come. Again, I will stop. नहीं करना है ना अभी फोकस चालू करें हाँ वही वही अच्छा अच्छा यस यस करेक्ट ध्यान में त्यांच्यासाठी करावे ओके करेक्ट एक आणि स्पॉटलाइट ऑनलाइन मध्ये करू शकत रिप्लेस स्पॉटलाइट यस चल या So don't worry where is the east now, because what is more important is how conveniently you are able to see the demonstration. Okay. Actually, east is that way, but you should be able to see the view properly. She is standing on the towel. Yeah. She is standing on the towel, keeping some 12 inches or so distance from the top. The feet are together, so she sees everything straight, natural curvature, looking straight, and namaskar. So this we can call it as one, as we have seen. And now, if at all she has to utter the Dhyana mantra or the Gayatri mantra or the Surya mantra, whether solitary Surya mantra or along with the, the they call it Rim Ram, that is the Bija mantra. Or, now right now our intention is just to understand. We have seen the posture in the slide, but now actually with a live demonstration, we have to understand what is the ideal posture and what compromise we can do depending on the body limitation and what should be done. What can be that you have to study in detail. Okay, let us forget about breath and all that. Her breath will be normal. Okay, yeah, go back as per capacity. Doing too much, bending the knees, yeah, and trembling the abdomen, सांस नहीं ले पा रहे हो, हिल रहे हो, shaking. That's not expected. It should be at ease, isn't it? Then next 3. Yeah, just like लागणार नाही तुम्हाला असेल तो तेवढे उंच नाही असतील. Okay. So how it, Hastabadasana, how we go, same way. Chin and hands are up only, and as if catching hold of some object, bending from the lumbosacral joint, and then see nicely. Sonali madam's palm are resting by the side of the, and her forehead is touching the knee. Okay. And now maintaining the palm there itself, you have to take the right leg back and stretch at the left knee so that right knee is touching the ground, toe to heel is perpendicular, chin is up completely, nice backward bending. Okay, now come backward. Yeah. Supposing this is the ideal हो गया, उसमें जाइए थोड़ा ऊपर Supposing somebody's palm doesn't, तो उसको जो झटका नहीं देने का, up down, ये नहीं, no, that is wrong. आपसे जितना हो गया उतना आपने किया है, okay, be happy. Now, since the palm are off the ground, whatever, yeah, correct. of the ground. Don't, place the palm away from the feet. Again, away, dur, or dur. Not like that. If the palm were 8 inches off the ground, now don't keep the palm 6 inches up, in front of away from the feet. But again, come back to that. Yeah, you can fold the knee, nothing wrong here. By folding the knee, it's okay. But you have to keep your palm on either side of the feet only and then take the wrist like that. Many times people keep the knee straight. Knee straight. No, that should not be done. Yeah, now. And now they keep the head much back. पीछे रखते हैं, मतलब उतना स्ट्रेच नहीं करते हुए. That stretching is expected. थोड़ा सा ऐसा ऊपर बेंड करते, कमर को बेंड करके दिखाई. Sonali madam's body is so ideal for Surya Namaskar. She can't show the mistake. She can't demonstrate the mistake. So those who are rigid, उनका ऐसा कमर ऊपर चला जाता है. Now this is 3. Okay. And if at all you are doing it with breath, this is done with breathing in. Okay. And breathing out, one has to perform the number 5. Okay. What you have to do here? Unfold the knee. The head are nicely stretched forward. Remain, maintain it, stretch forward. Don't allow them to come back. And the leg, then this slant comes. If that is not done, once again come back. Come back to the previous position. Yes. Yeah. And taking the head slightly backside. They do not maintain where it is stretched in that number 4. Slightly taking it backside, raising the waist up, they do it. Correct. कमर ऊपर चला जाए. करेक्ट ये वाला ये उन्हें ऊपर कैसे रखेंगे? ऐसा करते हैं. People do like this. This is not expected. Once again, do it correctly. Stretch in 3, 4. Yeah, पहला वाला. Yes. This is maintaining that stretch forward. Simply unfold the right leg at the knee and take the other leg back. That's all. You will get beautifully this posture. Okay. And now, just like we do the dips. Do you know dips मारते हैं ऐसा? Dips मारते हैं. तो dips मारा जैसा. Holding the elbow, go down. Shoulders back, elbows closer. Knees are on the ground. Hips are raised up. So this is Soorya Namaskar. And here the breath is being held. Now inhaling. Next 7. Yes. Elbows are completely straight. Knees are still on the ground and toes are inside. Stretch completely. Then 7. Yeah. Now this. So people are mixing. ये वाला भी करते हैं उस पर पहले में. लेकिन ये उतना थोड़ा नहीं. This is completely this much actually. You should be able to gauge your lower abdomen, pelvic region, and knee should be straight. And ideally he should touch the ground. लेकिन होता नहीं. जरा ऊपर उठा के दिखाना. हाँ, it's okay. नहीं सिर्फ heel, बाकी body नहीं. Body is okay. Yeah, heel थोड़ा ऊपर रहेगा. It's okay. Try your best to touch the heel. लेकिन लोग क्या करते हैं? मैडम, फिट आगे लेके आते हैं. And then try to touch. No, don't move the toe position. Out of flexibility, if the heels are touching the ground, yes, welcome. If doesn't, it's okay. You are getting stretch in the tendon, it's okay. उसको आगे करने में कोई मतलब नहीं है. And then same right leg is to be taken front. And then 10. And then come back. Inhalation. This is inhalation. So let us see with breath now. Namaskar. Yeah. Whatever mantra is over, say, you say, you literally address Om Ham Mitraya Namaha. Inhaling 1, 2. Okay. Exhaling next 3. Right leg back, inhaling. 4, exhaling. 5, holding the breath. 6, inhaling. I'm not 6, I'm not, it is 7 actually. Inhaling. The next one, 8, that is exhaling. And inhaling, right leg front, same side. And the 10, exhaling. And then inhaling, come there. And then again, you can, exhale and say the next mantra. Om Him Rave Namah. Now, what we say is that, as per your book, the 4 number and 9 number, they are opposite to each other already. What is 4 number? Directly go to 4. Okay, karte jai. Idea I jai. That's better. They will understand. Yes. Yes. Right leg is taken back. Okay. Then continue. Continue up to 9. Yeah. Without my instruction. Yeah. Correct. So previously 4 auditor. Show the other way 4. Yeah. This was 4. And this is 9. Means it is in single namaskar, it is symmetric established. And that's why every namaskar in Yoga Vidya Niketan, no, it is proposed this way. But there are different schools and there is also correct that in odd number namaskar, in 4, they take the right leg back, in 9, they take the same leg, right leg front. In even number, second, 4, 6, they take the left leg back and then the left leg front. So both traditions are okay, but in Yoga Vidya Niketan, that is what is being followed. That's all. Yeah. Then this order. Yeah. Yeah. Adityasya namaskaran ye kurvante dine dine. You have got 2 options. Yeah. Yeah. Janmantara. Yes. 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 Akala mrityu haranam sarva roga vinashanam. Yeah. Narayamyaham. Okay. Jala, 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 jala. Correct. Pina. कोई तो उसमें वही बोला कि एक सूरज के चरण का उदक मेरे लिए तीर्थ है, उसको मैं मेरे जठर में धारण कर रहा हूँ. That's what the sentiment expressed in that mantra, and that is to be literally done. You have to drink that water. So that is the tradition. One it left to one, how much traditionality. That is totally different. These are the different regimes of suryopasana. So not necessary that after Surya Namaskar. No, after Surya Namaskar, one has to pay the argya to sun is not totally expected. That is not part of Surya Namaskar. That's part of Suryopasana. Surya Namaskar is just one regime under Suryopasana. That's it. Yeah. First Namaskar. Start. Om Ram Mitraya Namaha. You are done 10 steps. Om Him Rave Namaha. Next step. Om Hum Suryaya Namaha. Next Namaskar. Like that. So of course, that is so many traditions are there. With every month, they go Om Ram Suryaya Namaha. Om Him. That way also people follow. So many traditions are there. But this is what is recommended in the Panta. On the Panta Maharaj, So this is the tradition 10. There are people again, they go back making 12 or some other Shashanka Sun postures are, in between. There's so many traditions are there. Nothing that it is wrong or correct, something like that. So this is what we follow. That's what 10 only postures. So that's all. Yeah. Only 10 minutes are left. So let me first quickly finish. So initially you can do it keeping breathing normal, just correct the posture. Then along with breathing as a chain, you can do chain 10. Then breathing pattern properly following. You have seen inhaling, exhaling, holding in that 6th step, and then again inhale, exhale, inhale. Then only Surya mantra you can say Om Pravaya Namaha, Suryaya Namaha, or along with the Bija mantra you can say Om Him Pravaya Namaha, Om Hum Suryaya Namaha, likewise. Then Gayatri mantra again to say initially that to 1, 3 or 21 or 108. Again, it's left to you. Then ending month also, it's left to you whether to say it or not to say it, isn't it? Or whether to take water or without taking water, just imagine. So just imitate that you are drinking water rather than actually taking water. That's all left to you. But this is what is the tradition that is introducing you. Okay. That's a symmetry I was telling you. Same thing it is said, right, left, and all that, and what is following while we. And now there is one mantra. So, okay. So this is a well-known mantra in this tradition. Purasa, Shirasa, Drishtya, Vachasa, Manasa, Tatha, Adabhyam, Karabhyam, Janubhyam, Pranamo, Ashtanga, Uchate. सब होता है ये अष्टांग सूर्य नमस्कार बोलते हैं और ये उसके 8 तरीके ऐसे बताए हैं पूरा पूरा बोलेगा तो चेस्ट छाती जमीन को लगती है ना पूरा सा शिरसा माथा लगता है दृष्टया लुकिंग एट द सन in front of you sun is there it is risen then vachasa you utter the mantra literally mitraya and all that manasa in mind that is there perfect motion Padabhyam, the feet are used, they are touching. The Karabhyam, the palms are used. Janubhyam, the knees are touching. Okay, in final, that in the middle, that sixth posture, Sashtang Namaskar, you are seeing the forehead, chest, the palm, the knees, and toes were. So, Janubhyam, that way, Pranamo, Shtanga, Chate. So, that's what it is said in that mantra. What are the contraindications? If acute knee problem, don't do it. Acute back problem, slip disc and all that, don't do it. There are reports on the very and do it gradually. पहले दिन 4 ही करने का. Or rather do it only 4 or 6 for 1 week. It depends on your fitness. ऐसा कुछ hard and fast rule नहीं है. But don't unnecessarily exert yourself. ऐसा हो गया कोई क्या बोलते हैं आजकल उसको कौन सा योग क्लास नहीं हुआ एक्चुअली क्या बोलते हैं फास्ट करते हैं जुम्बा भी नहीं दूसरा एक पावर योग हाँ कोई पावर योग के क्लास में गया पहले दिन उससे 30 नमस्कार करवाया एक्सरे निकाला तो स्लिप डिस्क बिकॉज that person has what is his background should be studied he was having sitting work since years together he was not in this fitness regime or yoga nothing of that kind and all of a sudden on first day you are asking him to do 30 namaskar obviously such a serious problem will be there so that is very important already back pain is there then don't do it first have an x-ray MRI sometimes what happens because we are doing the sitting sedentary work and AC. So there is freezing and because of gradually doing Surya Namaskar, automatically back pain will vanish. So that's a different situation. And that's why अंधेरे में तीर नहीं मारना चाहिए आपके पास भी कोई आ गए कमर दर्द है तो better have ask if X-ray is done, MRI is done, and is there any structural issue? Main issues like spondylosis or say slip disc, then the regime is different. Don't without investigating don't ask them but if that is not the case it's only functional then start to do practices but very gradually and slowly that frozen movement the rigid joints will turn more flexible और बाद में बोलेंगे कमर दर्द अच्छा हो गया they will be very happy and you will be also very happy so this way but the other way then it will worsen the situations सब बड़े 12% नहीं it all depends on the situation. Okay. Then pregnancy, obviously, up to 3 months of pregnancy, the lady herself is not aware. At least 2 months. Later on, the report comes and they know, okay, pregnancy is there. So the last 6 months of pregnancy, don't do Surya Namaskar at all. Okay. And again, after a few months of delivery also, some yogic practices can be done. There is a separate course we are going to learn. Postnatal course, it is designed by Guruji. In Yogi Dhaniketan, others have also their design. So that can be done initially, but Surya Namaskar should be done with good fitness, at least say after 3 months or so, or couple of months at least. Depends on fitness. ऐसा सब घोड़े 12% नहीं है, सीजरिंग हुआ है नहीं हुआ है, हाउ फिजिकली एक्टिव शी और अदरवाइज, so many factors are during MC period. Again, it is cautious, should not be, but not necessary, because I have come from the villages and my mother and other ladies, they used to do field work, they used to bend down and do all this. Abhi nowadays this is the season, field work, lavani वगैरह बोलता, okay, so people go to jungle and cut the wood. नहीं तो घर में चूल्हा नहीं जलेगा, बेचारे को करना है, so they are so fit. And nowadays in city, they can't even stand, पेट को पकड़ के ऐसे, और फिर रिमोट कंट्रोल से ये चैनल चेंज करते बैठे हुए, because of weakness, nothing else. Anyway, so hard and fast rule नहीं, सब घोड़े 12% नहीं, it all depends on the situation. The interaction between the yoga teacher and the yoga sadhak is very, very important. Feedback क्या हो रहा, ऐसा नहीं बुक में लिखा है करो, nothing is written in book. You have to analyze situation at that moment and implement. Obviously, heart patients should not do it. These are the contraindications. Coming to the benefits, it's Sarvang Sundar Vyayam. 90% of the muscle mass is used. When you do fight after bending backward, forward, lateral, twisting, and stretching yogasan, 2/3, around 70% muscles are used. And in Soorya Namaskar, 90% muscles are used. That's the beauty. And it is done by facing the sunlight. So vitamin D is, now we discuss this in science, but thousands of years back our great seers have designed such a methodology by exposing the body to the early sunlight. They have designed this where 90% muscles are used. So obviously, supposing if I do take dumbbells and do this exercise, more calcium will be deposited in my this bone. Bicep, tricep, if I am exercising. But in Surya Namaskar, when 90% of muscles are used, it means all the bones are getting deposit of calcium. So बोलते हैं अंडा पीस रहा है और कुत्ता आटा खाई जा रहा है. So osteoporosis is there, bones are weak, and so just administering calcium tablet won't work to the bedridden patient unless the bones, in the sense indirectly connected muscles, are exercised. What will happen to that 250 milligram and 500 milligram calcium? डॉक्टर का जेब भरेगा, because he has strap. जो दुकान बेच रहा है फार्मास्यूटिकल, उसका दुकान अच्छा चलेगा. जो बना रहा है कंपनी, उसका धंधा अच्छा चलेगा. लेकिन आपकी हड्डी नहीं भरेगी, because you are bedridden. For that you need movement, and that's why so beautifully our great seers had designed this Surya Namaskar, that the exposure to sunlight for vitamin D, because just calcium won't metabolize unless vitamin D is there, and vitamin D is naturally formed by exposure to sunlight under UV light component, and so beautifully designed. And then another thing is 6th year and 13th year age of children, girl or boy, it's at the peak calcium deposition by nature. That's the system, software system. Maximum calcium deposition happens in the bones at these 2 years, and so you should ask at this year your children to practice Surya Namaskar. Now my diet lecture will be there, and it happens everywhere, anywhere, and many times after diet lecture, the mothers happen to ask a question, popular question: बच्चों को क्या खिलाना चाहिए? Because it's so sentimental topic for a mother, or the children. We can understand. No mother has asked yet कि बच्चों से कौन सा एक्सरसाइज करवाना चाहिए. मतलब we know the importance of diet and not exercise. आहार, विहार, निद्रा, 3 hours, building block, they are equally important. जितना खाना important है उतना ही एक्सरसाइज ये पता नहीं. तो all the children, especially 6th year age and 13th year of age, we should make our children, kids to do different exercise, including Surya Namaskar, because it's a Sarvang Sundar Vyayam. That's the reason. We know we work only on the feeding. तो मैं मजाक से बहुत बार कहता हूँ, अच्छा है ऊपर से खिला सकते हैं, नहीं तो नीचे से भी खिला देते। जोक्स अपार्ट, osteoporosis is a process when the hormone go down, aging happens, that graph has to come down. We can't help. So at the young age, when there is a tendency to deposit the bone, take the best advantage. जब तक गंगा बह रही है, हाथ धोना चाहिए. Likewise, so at this age, give them good exposure of sunlight. Give them good food. Especially good food doesn't mean calorie rich pizza and burger, but vitamin rich, mineral rich. Okay, sufficient protein, I would say protein rich, sufficient protein, adequate, and then that will develop. And along with that food, what is important is exercise, and especially Surya Namaskar. Okay, and then there is proper sufficient bone, I mean calcium deposition in the bone, and so that बाद में जाएगा तब जाएगा तो कम जाएगा ना. When deposition age was there, what was done? उस समय क्या तीर मारा? उस समय पहले वाट लगा के रखिए. गलत खाना खा के and with lack of exercise. In small children school, you had mota and motis. It's dangerous. In offices, corporate body, after 40 years of age, if you find mota moti, not correct, but at least understood. But school age में मोटा और मोटी है तो आगे उनका क्या होगा? तेरा क्या होगा रे कालिए? So लोगों के दिमाग में कुछ तो अच्छे खाते पीते घर की नहीं लगती है क्योंकि स्लिम है. स्लिम इज द ब्यूटी, स्लिम इज द हेल्थ. खाते पीते क्यों दिखना चाहिए? खाते पीते रहना चाहिए, दिखना थोड़ा चाहिए. वो ऐसा दिखाना थोड़ा है खाता पीता है कर. गलत है मेरे दिमाग में, लोगों के दिमाग में बैठी है. तो these are the chakra I was referring to, and this especially that solar plexus or the Manipur chakra in the navel region is more concerned with sun, but Surya Namaskar is concerned with all the chakra, as I said, all the muscles, all the joints, all the chakra functionality. So it's not a part of Bhakti Yoga. May include under Bhakti Yoga because it's the relation between sun and Hanuman, as I said. That's not necessary. All practices, we had discussed this matter actually. You know, certainly Hatha Yoga tradition, Patanjali Yoga Darshan or Hatha Pradip, the Hatha Yoga literature, there is no mention of Surya Namaskar. And say, if at all, we should not be mixed together, and if at all, will be at least, if not 20 minutes, at least 9 minutes gap. The best I would say, suggest, prior to bath, have Surya Namaskar. Take bath and do yoga press. Automatically, both the purpose will be served. Okay. So, it's neither asana nor pranayam nor dhyan, classically speaking, but yes, Surya Namaskar has got some effect of asana and pranayam, but it's a benefit or effect, but it is not that. So simultaneously, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and Manomaya Kosha, all are benefited with Surya Namaskar. Muscles, joints, lung capacity, heart, the cardio bolte hain. Surya Namaskar can serve as a cardio exercise, improve heart function. All organs directly. Immunity, we have seen the relation to immunity and sun, and you are using body, obviously it's positive for immunity. And whenever you use the body, the mind is, mental stress is diminished. And whenever you do not use the body, the mental stress is magnified. So also the mind is getting relaxed. Depression persons, if you teach them meditation, the case will be worsened. On the contrary, divert his mind, depression patient, and do Surya Namaskar. Certainly include Surya Namaskar in his program, and slowly he will getting relaxed, and slowly, gradually be coming out of the depression, and the sedative won't help. पहले एक गोली खा के नींद आ रही थी, अब 4 गोली खा के भी नींद नहीं आ रहा. तो going to psychiatrist and having a tablet is not the right way to deal with the what you call depression. On the contrary, engage your mind, divert your mind. That is more, and at the most, counseling by the psychology, that will be more helpful rather than going to psychiatrist and just taking the tablet. Useless. Anyway, immunity, mind, and pran, whatever. Okay. Thank you. Thanks that I have taken 5 minutes more. Sorry for that, but at least.
Thank
complete.
Yes, sir.
Now, if at
Thank
all there are any questions from our physical friends as well as from the online friends, certainly I am here. I will entertain. But officially, let us complete one hoga. Sit comfortably. Thank you. And tomorrow there will be, instead of circulatory system, there will be digestive system. The lecture will be delivered by Dr. Ravindra Kale from Indore. He is our YNTC and YNTC global student only, some 3-4 years back. And then the next lecture on the yogic aspect of digestive system will be delivered from here, Vashi Yog Bhavan, by Dr. Nisha Thakkar, along with the demonstration. So, shoulders bit. Yeah. The system lectures will be like that only. First lecture is the medical aspect, and post breakfast, second lecture is the this thing, yogic. So that pair every time it will go like that. All the doctor's lecture will be on Sundays only in that format. Huh? Okay. So
So no just next 3 days లో ఇవ్వాలి.
So it's not audible.
not audible.
Sir, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है.
Doubt, if any, can we ask now or tomorrow? No.
Audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Offline.
No, that's not AE1. Now, unknown there is directly related to Surya Nadi, Chandra Nadi. But here, Surya Namaskar and Chandra Namaskar, just different types of vihara, I would say. Different type of exercises or postures, I would say. I don't think. Any other?
Yes, sir. Is Sandhi Chalan is Sandhi Chalan prerequisites or beneficial to asanas also?
No.
Can't hear you, sir.
Warm-up is required so far. Yoga is concerned, unlike sports and dance, and exercise and gym, etc. That's what Namaskar doctrine is. Because Sthirasukam Asana, prayer may not be trying. Why do we do warm up if somebody is doing before asana? Because while doing work, he has to achieve posture. That concept is not there so far. Asana. Asana se hota hai, wo asana hota hai. So it should happen rather than try. So the asana concept is different from exercise. There the breath rate increases and here the breath rate decreases. And that's why at least Yoga Vidyaniketan do not accept any Sandhi Chalan Kriya required or any, but on the contrary, for patients, a lot of rigidity is there. And in now we are going to learn that in our TTC, Nowhere we learned this Sandhi Chalan Kriya. But now in therapy, under yogic practices, yes, we are going to learn Sandhi Chalan Kriya. Not necessarily because the asana performing asana should be easier. That's not the concept. But independently, Sandhi Chalan Kriya has got a lot of benefits. During that practice, we know how they are beneficial. Sandhi Chalan Kriya, just like Siddhi Kriya, that's another extension, Sandhi Chalan Kriya, and they have got very therapeutic use. Okay? Yeah.
साष्टांग नमस्कार मध्ये ब्रेथ होल्ड करतो ना ते एक्झेल केलेलं असतं तर
Yes.
तसंच
In
होतं.
previous 5 number question, with exhaled and exhaled breath is held. It's a by kumbhak. मतलब kumbhak नहीं बोलना चाहिए because that terminology is used in pranayam and we say Surya Namaskar is not pranayam. So, but just to compare, it is exhaled breath is held in Sartang Namaskar. Correct. Any other question from physical side? Yeah, you can leave now. Online friends.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, I heard it somewhere. So, just for my sake of knowledge, I am asking it. So, is it something that Surya Namaskar, that actual initial practice was it is Surya Kriya with the 21 step, and later it is modified or 10 or 12 Surya Namaskar?
Okay. Now, please ask once again. There is some disturbance here.
So, I am asking, is it something like that?
Ask once again.
Can I ask now? Okay. So, I am asking, sir, is it something that
Yeah, please ask once again.
Sir, yeah. Question is it something that actual initial practice of the Surya Namaskar was Surya Kriya with the 21 step, and then later it was modified or trimmed for the convenient with the Surya Namaskar of 12 or 10 step? I mean, सूर्य क्रिया एक्चुअल प्रैक्टिस था क्या पहले? इसका ऐसा कुछ है क्या सर? आदि जो प्रैक्टिस है, was it a सूर्य क्रिया and then it came सूर्य नमस्कार? Sir, we can hear you, sir.
We can't hear, sir. Sir, we can't hear you.
Hello. Am I audible now?
Yeah, now audible. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So nothing is written, all these are different traditions. And so there is something like Surya Kriya. So no references are there. I don't know. But what type of Surya Namaskar Samant Ramdas Swami was doing or Hanumanji is doing, we don't have any record, any reference. But the Panta Maharaj, what I on the Samsthan, what I said. And then Surya Namaskar were more made popular by ancient modern times, Yoga Guru like Krishnamachari or Iyengar Guruji, and later on, Bihar School of Yoga. Likewise, not later on, simultaneously, they made it more popular. And in Bihar School of Yoga, the yoga is started with Surya Namaskar first. So these are the different traditions. Okay. So, but there is no written references, just like Hata Pradipika or Gheranda Samhita or Hata Ratnavali or Shiv Savita. These epics are available, or Yoga Darshan epic is available. Like that, there is no written reference available, just tradition. And when it is started, that's why I said it is believed that Hanumanji, designed Surya Namaskar, but also nothing is known. But these are different beliefs. Okay, yeah. Any next question?
Okay. Sir, one more last thing. Like if we do the Surya Namaskar with the Gayatri mantra or Dhyan mantra, so each and every step we have to complete the chanting, right? But if you do it with the Bija mantra or the Pranam, there are 12 mantras, but we have the 10 step. So how these additional these 2 steps, where it will be accommodated, like at last,
No,
or
how
if there
we
is a
have
one.
demonstrated. There are some traditions wherein for every posture they are uttering mantra. But now here we have seen, we utter one mantra Surya mantra with Bij mantra or without Bij mantra, and then we do that whole set of 10 positions known as one Namaskar. And then for the second set, we are uttering the second mantra. That's what we have shown it here now. So that's a tradition. There are some traditions for every posture they utter mantra. We are not doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. Thank you,
one mantra for one namaskar means 12 mantra means 12 namaskar. That's why I said in dozen form we have to do namaskar, 12 namaskar, or 24 namaskar, 36 namaskar. If you can do 108 namaskar, you are welcome. Likewise.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Any other question?
Sir, I wanted to ask, sir. One is when we go from Hastapadasana and then we go into the plank, and after that we take our one leg behind, right?
Yeah.
When we take the leg behind, the leg forward is bent at the knee, correct?
Correct.
So, sir, is it okay for the knee to go beyond the toe? I ask this is because, so many times when you talk about form, when you do a squat, you're always told that you should do your squat in such a way that your knee should not go beyond your toe, otherwise you'll injure your knee. So, like here, when I look at the posture, I notice that the knee is a little beyond the toe. Is that
Correct.
okay? Because
Correct.
if you're doing 108 practices,
Yes.
will that have an impact on your knee?
These are the different, doctrines some people face. So not only in Surya Namaskar, even for asana, never your knee should go beyond the ankle joint. So that is their understanding. Okay, but not necessary. What we say is that it all depends on one's fitness. If without any pain, very easily your knee is going there. So it depends on how much flexible, how is much the mobility of a particular joint. So easily if it is happening, nothing wrong. And I'm doing since decades, I don't have no problem. Likewise. So these are the different traditions and understanding, beliefs. Okay. Then people try to interpret on anatomical basis.
And
Oh,
sir,
this
the
is
other to ask
something
is,
like that. But it all depends on the evidence and the actual experience that is more important. Yeah.
okay, sir. So another thing I wanted to ask is, sir, when we do Varkati Hastadandasan Sudrush, which is like the
7
Bhujangasana,
number, correct. 7 number.
like the toes are curled in. Can you also take the toes behind in that position, or the toes should
No,
stay
then
curled in?
if
These
the
still
toes will be
matter.
relaxed, that effect will be less. Toes should remain curled
Okay.
in only for better effect. Yeah.
Okay, sir. And last question I wanted to ask you, sir. I know that at Yog Vidya Niketan, whenever we go into a final pose of an asana, we always do normal breathing and focus our breath, our attention on our breath.
Correct.
But then there are some schools of thought that say that, you inhale
Yeah.
in the asana.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when you do Parvatasana, you inhale and go
Yes.
into the final pose,
Correct.
and you hold, like do a Abhyantar
Correct.
Kumbhak
Kumbhak.
or
Yeah.
Bhaya Kumbhak.
Correct.
So that's like, because right now when you mentioned it, I just wanted to ask you, and I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
forgot that, sir, is that also practiced in asana? Like, I know in pranayam we always have Abhyantar
Yeah,
and
in
Bhaya
some
Kumbhak.
school, yes, in some school it is practiced like that.
What is the effect of that, sir? I mean, how much does that impact your
just
practice?
traditions. But if you refer to Maharshi Patanjali's Sutra,
Right.
so it should not be like that.
It should be normal breathing.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, sir.
Correct.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Welcome. Any other question?
Sir, one thing from my side, last one.
Yes. Yeah.
So, is there any difference in effect? Let's say if I'm doing Surya Namaskar inside room, I mean the closed compartment, or outside in open air. So, when you talk about that effectiveness in terms of
Correct.
spirituality,
Correct.
or health-wise, maybe vitamin D will come if it
Yes.
is in sunlight. But in terms of
Correct.
spirituality, if I say, is there any difference in effect?
Yeah. Whether it is spirituality or in terms of physiology, certainly even yoga many people do not like to do yoga in a cold, closed, hall or studio nowadays we call. They want to do it in open garden. Of course, there are other problems. Mosquito problem is there. So ideally it is said it should be in the open. Even yoga not only Surya Namaskar. And rightly you talked about the exposure of the body to sunlight. So with minimum clothes, one has to do Surya Namaskar. for better movement as well as exposure to sunlight. That is expected. But we say something is better than nothing. In cities, we can't expect much, and especially for the ladies, there are all limitations. It's okay. Anything
Okay,
else?
sir. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Anything else? Yeah. If no question, shall we conclude? Yes. Thank you for enthusiastic response to today's
Thank you,
session.
sir. Bye.
Yeah. Good night.
You, sir. Thank you,